Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is February 4th, 2024, and I have the latest update for you in regards to Barcelona's injury. Also, the club are still gonna try to renew Frenkie de Jong's contract, but it seems like it will take longer than initially expected. And finally, Robert Lewandowski has spoken about playing with Vitor Roque. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag, and if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links for kit bag and Bet Us are down below in the description. And now begin with the news that Xavi Hernandez has officially given the players 2 days off after that win against Alaves 1-3 the day of yesterday. And I have to say this is a well-deserved holiday for the players because after all they've had an incredibly hectic calendar ever since coming back from the Christmas break, and they will have another hectic calendar once the Champions League matches resume. Now the team did train today in what is called a recovery session. These sessions are scheduled the following day after a match, so all the players can recover from the wear and tear of match day. So the players will have off tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, with the team expected to report back to training on Wednesday ahead of that La Liga clash, which is scheduled next weekend against Granada. Now, speaking of the training, there was a great surprise for everyone where Gabi made a surprise visit to the training grounds and where our young warrior was seen smiling, laughing, and having a good time, which is, of course, great news because even though Gabi is not expected to come back until next season, it's good to see him in good spirits, which is very important for any recovery. Now, more great news because we also saw Ter Stegen and Raphinha training with the group, and they are doing this for the first time since getting injured. Of course, Ter Stegen has trained on the field before, but he was only doing workouts by himself, and today was the first time that he rejoined the group. And the same goes for Raphinha, and this is great news because it means that both players are very close to coming back from their respective injuries. Now, it's expected that Ter Stegen could be ready as soon as this upcoming weekend match against Granada. However, in the case of Raphinha, it might take a little bit longer, with the Brazilian expected to come back the following week, which is the match against Celta Vigo. Now, speaking of that match against Celta Vigo, Sergio Roberto is also expected to come back by that weekend. However, the Barcelona captain did not train with the group yet, and he is still doing workouts by himself. Now, more good news because yesterday we saw both İlkay Gündoğan and Joao Cancelo leaving the field, and in the case of Gündoğan, he looked like he was in pain, so there was the fear that he might have gotten injured. But after undergoing medical exams, it's been revealed that İlkay Gündoğan has not suffered any injuries. He only suffered some pain from some knocks, and that is why he was substitute. And in the case of Cancelo, he was substitute just as a precaution because after all, he just came back from injury not too long ago. So no worries because both Gündoğan and Cancelo are both healthy, and both players are expected to play in that match against Granada the upcoming weekend. Now, all of this is great news because Barcelona had 9 players injured at one point, with Íñigo Martínez coming back, that's 8. With Ter Stegen, Raphinha, and Sergio Roberto expected to come back pretty soon, that brings it down to 5, which is again great news because we need all the players available for this last stretch of the season in order to finish the season strong. And speaking of Barcelona midfielders, as I reported many times before, the club would like to extend Frenkie de Jong's contract in order to secure his future at the club, but also to try to negotiate down his salary because after all, his salary is incredibly high. He is the highest paid player in the entire Spanish league, which is something that's financially prohibitive for Barcelona. Now, Frenkie de Jong's contract expires in the summer of 2026, and Deco has been in contact with the player's agent in order to extend the contract even longer, because Barcelona are very happy with the services of the Dutch midfielder, and Barcelona also want to try to negotiate a salary reduction or a salary deferral, because for now Barcelona cannot afford the incredibly high salary that Frenkie de Jong has, a salary that will continue to increase with every season thanks to those horrible contracts that Josep Maria Bartomeu like to negotiate. Now, despite Deco being in contact with Frenkie de Jong and his representatives, and despite the good relationship between all the parties involved, it's reported that the negotiations will take longer than expected, with Frenkie de Jong and his representatives not willing to negotiate until the summer transfer market. So we're gonna have to wait and see what comes out of these negotiations. And of course, we do have Manchester United who are still interested in the Dutch midfielder, and they are lurking in the background to see what happens this summer. Now, more news, because Robert Lewandowski gave some interesting statements after the match against Alaves, where Barcelona won 1-3, and where Robert Lewandowski expressed his happiness and his joy to be playing alongside Vitor Roque on the field, because Lewandowski said that they both communicate very well, they understand each other very well, and thanks to Vitor Roque's constant runs and constant attempts to free himself up, it ends up generating more danger in the attack and more opportunities to score. Now, I have to say, I do agree with Robert Lewandowski. I do like when they both play. I think our team looks more dangerous. Of course, this has only happened on 2 occasions only, but both occasions we saw Vitor Roque score. So I definitely would like to see Lewandowski playing alongside Vitor Roque more often, because if it can generate more danger, that means more goals. And of course, more goals means more wins. Now, another reason why I like that there's been good rapport between the two players and that both players are playing alongside is that despite Robert Lewandowski's poor form, we cannot deny that he is one of the greatest strikers of our generation. And well, who better to learn from than Robert Lewandowski himself? So this is definitely going to help us in the future, because if Vitor Roque can absorb and learn as much as possible from the Polish striker, that's only going to make him better. And again, that's only going to help our team down the road, because Vitor Roque, after all, is a very talented player. And if we can add to that the experience of Lewandowski, that will only make him more unstoppable. And speaking of attackers, we will end today's video with the news that Ansu Fati is officially back from injury, as he played a few minutes against Crystal Palace. And I have to say, I'm very happy for our La Masia graduate, who's currently on loan with Brighton. Now, Barcelona are still not closing the door to the return of Ansu Fati. They will continue to track his situation at Brighton and to see if he can prove himself and earn a spot back in Barcelona's first team. However, if Ansu Fati fails to do that, then the club are planning to completing a sale, and they believe that they could complete a sale around 30 million euros. Now, in my opinion, I've always said that Ansu Fati is an incredibly talented player with a lot of potential. We've all seen what he can do here at Barcelona, but unfortunately injuries have not been kind to the young player. But if Ansu Fati can stay healthy, I think he will be a great option for our left wing, because after all, we hadn't had any proper wingers. But either way, I do love to hear from you guys, so let me know down below in the comment section. Would you like to see Ansu Fati back in Barcelona? Would you prefer Barcelona selling him for 30 million euros? Let me know down below. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barca.